Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Bongani Dube. Yeah, it's good to be here, man. Thank you for having me. Hello, wherever you are, however you are. I hope you're good. I hope you're safe and you are clean. You got to keep washing your hands because Corona is a pretty serious thing, man. It's extremely serious. You know something is getting too serious when they get scientists involved. And, you know, some of these scientists will say anything to help us calm down, right? Because they deploy some scientists to find out exactly which are the hotspots of Corona. But the scientists were doing research in a I think it's a questionable way. They were checking the sewage, the stool, because apparently they can tell a lot about you through your number two, you know, your poo-poo, the round stuff, you know, your cock. I don't know what you call it at home, but they can tell your personality through like a spoonful of that. As soon as they taste it, like, oh, this is a Pisces. I can tell this guy's emotional. They can do that. They can tell you from Centurion. So they were trying to find out exactly where in South Africa we can find the most Corona. And it turns out it's in Joburg. I mean, no big surprise, am I right? Like, I've walked around Joburg, and people there are handsy. Oh, man. You can ask all my phones. They've got them all now. I've got all my phones. But I'm so happy to still be here, and I think after Corona, we're still going to be all right. But for now, let's just have a good time. And I want to share something with you guys. I'm usually right about the stuff I say. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't like giving advice. Neither do I like taking advice. Because usually the advice is usually off. I know one guy tried to give me some advice. He's like, no, buddy, don't worry. Keep your chin up. When one door closes, another one opens. I'm like, slow down, my friend. That is terrible advice. Because it only works in selected places. You know what I mean? If you walk into a futuristic Japanese toilet and the toilet seat opens up as soon as you close the door, it's like, konnichiwa. That works for me. But now, if I walk into my house and I open the door and the door closes and I close the door and another door opens, I'm like, this is witchcraft. There's something incorrect about what's going on here. Because that's not right for me. It's a design fault. Let's be honest, guys. If you go into a car, if you get in a car and your friend tells you, please don't bang the doors, you're like, why? Because another door will open. The last thing you think about, that's good advice. You're just like, cool, I need to take this guy at his word. Because once you close it, the bonnet opens up. The cabby hold opens. And now you got gloves on your lap, and you're thinking to yourself, like, my man, you need to buy a new car because only a Uno can do something like that. Like, no respectable person drives a Uno, let's be honest. Show of hands, show of likes, whatever. No one drives a Uno and you're respectable. Because a Uno, guys, to be honest, a Uno is... It's the most dangerous car in the world. If you're driving on the highway at about 60, right? That's as fast as a Uno can go, like legally and in a safe manner. After that, you have to wear a helmet and you have to get a rope because the seatbelts don't work. As soon as you put on one seatbelt, like the chair starts reclining. You're like, yeah, I need to get this thing sorted out. So as soon as you're driving 60 on the highway and a truck comes by, the wind is going to hit your Uno so hard, you're going to change directions. You're like, you know what? This is the direction we are going. We're no longer going to Kempton Park. I'm sorry, buddy. And that's why I don't believe in Uno drivers. I was in Durban once, and this dude had an Uno. The craziest thing is the Uno's alarm went off. I'm like, really, my friend? That's wishful thinking. No one steals a Uno. Let's be honest, man. It's an Uno. What am I going to do with the Uno? Oh, this is awkward. Oh, this is mad awkward. Oh, he works here. Oh, my God. No, it's okay. Just get rid of your phone. It's all right. I'll just carry on talking. But I'm just saying, just watch the advice that you give people. Because, you know what I mean? Sometimes your advice is completely off. When you tell someone, yo, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, yeah, that's because I was drinking. That's why I got arrested for DUI. Everything happens for a reason. And now one thing that happened for a reason in my life is, you guys don't know this, but about 10 years ago, I was doing graphic design. And it was good times. It was good times. I was hanging out with all kinds of people. But in this particular story, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, went to go ride a skateboard. So you can really tell from the decision I've made, I was with a white guy. Him and I were skateboarding, but we're not doing regular skateboarding that the kids do. We're doing this thing called longboarding, which is like you go downhill and you just go super fast, right? This is my first time. I've never done this before in my life. But I'm eager to learn, and I'm eager to have a good time. He tells me he's going to give me a crash course. I thought he was being funny until later that evening. You'll know why. So the first hill, we go out looking for hills. We go find a hill. The first hill we find is extremely steep, right? I'm like, yo, this is a good hill. It's like, yeah, it looks pretty intense, but let me show you how it's done. I'm like, show me, Van. I'm going to follow you. He gets on the board. He starts going, and he's going super fast, but he's doing this thing called, he's weaving. He's bobbing and weaving, slowing down the hill, right? I'm impressed. I'm like, wow. He's got wind in his hair. I'm like, oh, my God, I want to be him. When I try it out, he tells me, like, look, before you go anywhere, you need to make sure you take it with your knees and bob and weave. I'm like, cool, man. I hear what you're saying, but let's do it. As soon as I put my foot, my second foot on the board, I went from 0 to 60 Ks an hour immediately. As a black man, you're never ready for something like that. So I can't bob and weave. I'm standing straight. I'm like, oh, my God, this is getting scary. The wind is not even going through my hair. I'm like, I think I'm going to die. I'm going 60 Ks. He's shouting, bob and weave, bob and weave. It's too late. I see myself. I'm about to die. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go for the grass because it's safer. I jump off. Now, you need to understand, I jumped off at 60 Ks an hour, meaning I'm now running at 60 Ks an hour. If you ever seen someone running 60 Ks an hour, it looks a little something like this, where your knees are really close to your face, right? I'm running, I almost fall, I make it out. I'm alive, I'm happy. I'm like, dude, that was a little too much. Let's go find a smaller hill. He's like, all right, let's go find one. We ride around, we go find a better hill. This hill, the problem with this hill is that it's got a speed hump at the bottom. I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to do when I get to the speed hump? He's like, oh, no, just take it with your knees. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, bend your knees so that when you hit the hump, your knees can just like shake into it and you'll make it over. I'm like, cool, sounds right. Let me try it out. I get on the board. I start going about 40 Ks an hour. I hit the speed hump. I take it with my knees. I'm like, oh, sweet. I think I got it. I tell him, like, dude, Van, I'm the man now. I'm ready to push it to the limit. Let's go find the craziest hill we can find. He's like, dope. We'll go find the hill. It's getting a little dark. He's like, yo, are you ready for this? I'm like, I'm 100% ready. Let's go. He's like, don't forget to take it with your knees. I'm like, buddy, I got you. I get on the board. I'm going 60 Ks an hour. It's going super fast. Now, there's this thing that a board does when you're going too fast. It's called a speed wobble. It's when the board starts shaking. Like it's Papa telling me, I want you off of me. I'm tired of this. I'm like, no, I got this. I'm bending my knees. So I got my knees shaking. But the board is like, no, buddy, we are done. The board goes that way. My face goes that way. My legs go crisscross. So now I'm out of control. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I need to find a way to survive this. I put my hands out. I'm like, cool, hands, I'm gonna need you to hit the ground and save our face. My hands like, dude, we got you. I'm like, hands, if you got this, I'm gonna buy you those Gucci gloves that you like. My hands like, cool, let's go. My hands hit the road. Boom. They're like, we don't have this. I'm sorry, man. The road is too hot. My elbows, I'm like, dude, if you guys save me, I'm going to get you all the camphor cream that you need. It's going to be knees and elbows. You're always going to be lubricated. My elbows like, we got you. As soon as they hit the ground, they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. We tried. Hands was right. You're on your own. So it's just me and my face, and the road is coming. So I pout like a real man should. I pout. I go, As soon as I pout, I hit the floor. Boom. It's silent for a while. All I hear is my friend on his scooter. Oh, my God, are you okay? In my mouth, I feel as though I'm chewing rocks. I'm like, yeah, who's the man? I'm chewing on rocks. That's how I do. I start spitting them out. As soon as I smile, he looks at me. He's like, oh, my goodness. You have no teeth. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, let me take a photo. But I got the whole thing on video. You're going to relive this moment for the rest of your life. And that's like the worst moment ever. And that's how I lost my teeth. It's like a little thing about me that you guys didn't know. Another thing about me is that I'm from Pretoria. I'm from Venda. Then I lived in Pretoria. And Pretoria is a good place. You know what I mean? Now it's fully DA. We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully after COVID, it's going to be, I hope it's not going to be EFF. I'm not against EFF. I just, I feel like DA has been doing a good job with cleaning out the place. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying EFF may dress like maids and whatnot, but they don't really do the job like maids. You know what I'm saying? Just agree, disagree. It's up to you. So now in Pretoria, the thing about Pretoria is that it has now become a place of where black and white are together and they can work in harmony. It's beautiful. I love it. black and white people like hanging out. But this one particular day, I just left school and I'm walking home. I got an ice cream in my hand. I'm like, yo, this is a good day. As I look down the road, it starts getting empty. Now, if you know anything about Pretoria, once the road starts getting empty, it means you're about to get robbed. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be okay. I keep walking. I get approached by an interracial couple. It was a black guy and a white guy. And it got scary really quickly because they were like amping each other up. I just heard them like, yeah, we're going to do this. Let's do this. Yeah, they went up to check. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? They start cussing me out. Hey, wait, aside. Ayeye fanda uzonya boy. So bamba, so shaya, unless ukaifoniako. I'm shocked because it's the white guy who's saying this. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Even the black guy's like, where'd you learn all that Zulu, man? Then they robbed me. But the worst part is I had no more money left. All I had was an ice cream and zambak in my pocket. They took my zambak from my pocket. The worst part about getting your zambak taken is that someone forces you to open the zambak because they can't do it themselves. You know how awkward that is? Like, oh, I'm sorry, man, let me show you how it's done. And you open it, he puts it on his lips, he kissed me on my face, started crying because the zambak was burning my eyes. And I went home with my ice cream. It was terrible. You don't want ice cream with like tears in it. It's some sad truth. But that's what happened to me. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, guys, gotta be safe. You gotta be safe. It's scary out there, man. But it's we live in a beautiful country, man. I love this country. I love what's going on in this country. I love everything about this country. I love Durban, I love Joburg, I love Cape Town, and I guess everything in between. But I've learned from my travels that there's a lot of differences between the small places, between Joburg and Durban. The big difference between Joburg and Durban is it has to be the wildlife. Let's be honest, guys. We've got pit bulls in Joburg, but in Durban, they've got actual monkeys walking around, selling weed, doing all kinds of monkey business. And I've seen this with my own eyes. What shocked me the most is the size of the cockroaches and the mosquitoes. Joburg mosquitoes, small. They let you know what's going on. You got some yauping. Like, okay, cool. I'm in Joburg. Go to Durban. The mosquitoes are so big, you can hear it opening into your house. Just opening the window, just, yeah, hey, man, what kind? You're like, oh, my goodness, what's going on? Hey, man, what kind is your blood type? Oh, I'm in Durban. That's how you can tell. The size of the cockroaches is the size of pit bulls in Durban. I'm just saying, I tried to kill one of those cockroaches. I tried to hit him. He gave me a high five. Psh, I see you, player. You know what time it is. I grabbed some doom because, you know, I'm a church-going, God-fearing man. I grabbed some doom to try to kill the cockroach. As soon as I tried to spray him, he opened up his armpits like, yeah, hit me in my armpits. I'm going to go see some girls today. You know what time it is. I'm like, oh, man, this has to be Durban. So anyway, guys, this was interesting. I had a good time. Thank you so much for getting hot and sweaty. I'll see you guys soon. I'll be Bongani Dube. Yay.